Okay, just want to do a little strange happening update. I've let a few days go by, so I'm gonna see what I can put out there here. I believe in my general video, I think it was number 57. At the very end of it, I mentioned how I needed help, break from things. So I asked the universe kind of for help, and this kind of shield came down, and everything cleared up instantly, and it did. Over those few days, my senses started clearing up as well. So they are just done. They're not blown out. They started coming back, and I am not pushing it at all. They've got to heal normally. The other day, a couple of days ago, I believe it's Wednesday now, on Monday, I was feeling a lot better. So I asked the universe to remove the shield. I think I could handle some more. So it happened instantly while I was driving. And the information is coming in much slower now. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, I suppose. So things have slowed down, and which is good for me. I'm happy to be slow. Slow is good. So the information has come down, and new information had been coming in. But also, I want to kind of let you know what's been happening. I need to document this so I don't forget, because things will switch in my head, and I need to get it down and solid, so things don't get distorted too much over time. So what's been happening just yesterday, started yesterday, Tuesday. So once the shield came down, I started getting new information in my head and coming in. More on that question. I believe it was night three at 11 p.m. It had to do with the workaround I really want. And it's not something the universal consciousness wants. It's something I want. The whole planet, everything's supposed to die. I don't want the whole planet and everybody to die. I want them to survive, and I want to work around to help survive, that kind of thing. And the answer was insufficient. And the answer I've started to get is no on it. Is like, no. Universal consciousness wants this to happen, and I want to go against it, and that's not a good thing. Really, honestly, when it comes to this universal consciousness, I'm all in 100% to do whatever it wants. I'm good with that. It's a good thing. It really is a good thing. If you want to be religious about it, you can call it God. I don't care what you want to call it. Supreme Overlord, if you're into the Matrix type of stuff, whatever you want to call it, it's that. And I've always been a huge fan, and well, more than a fan. And there are reasons why I can't deny it, and I have to admit that all this is real, and why I think it a lot, quite a bit, for everything. Anyway, off track once again. But this universal presence, whatever it is, wants a certain thing to happen, and all life will end. And I don't want it to happen. I don't want all life to end. I like people. I believe in people. But when I was trying to think about the workaround, and it opened up, and the question came in why, it was overwhelming. And I'm going to put a clip here about showing you just very short clips of that night 3. And I am not putting the whole thing out here. Here's a very short clip of when I heard why. Whew. I was thinking about this when this universal thing connected again, and everything opened up again. It opened up, and a single question came through. Why? I am completely overwhelmed. I am not qualified to answer. I am completely overwhelmed. I gave it an answer the best I could. I'm not qualified at all. Oh my God, my crazy little world here. Oh my God. Wonder if I have some kind of weird ass infection. Why is all this happening right now? This is radiation treatment going on. It shouldn't be affecting me this way at all. Maybe I've got a bladder infection, and I'm completely messed up from an infection running through my system, even though I don't have a temperature. I'm so not qualified to answer that question. I am so not qualified. Okay, now I may put I think another clip coming out here. I tried to keep a scientific mind. I realized that all this may not be real. Absolutely. I have to go there first off, right off the bat. But then again, as long as it doesn't impact my normal life, and I can stay on the positive sides of things, and I do want to help people. I like helping people and be productive in society and all that. I can let this, my crazy little world, like I said, like to say, I can like to let my crazy little world be there and be what it is, as long as I can stay separate with my actual life and scientific mind and logical, and be real, a real person. But then there's this other side of me that does this. So I let it go, man. I let it run. And it's running right now. Let me tell you, it's running. Okay. So let me get back to a little more that's happened here. I need to get down, because once that universal shield came down, new information started coming in and talking about this workaround, and the answer is no, that kind of thing. I mentioned about the dark entities the other night, and I think that normally I mentioned that I used to fight the little ones and medium-sized ones. I never did really good at the large ones, the 3 draws, and then that one big fail on my part where I got destroyed, pretty much. But the entities, the little entities out there, they try to give you impressions through your intuition. Like I mentioned the other night, that little sliver of fear and doubt one of the little ones was trying to put in there, and I recognized it because I'd seen this before. I could feel it, and you cannot let that happen. But they will try to do things like that, and it's usually little. The medium size, a little more, little more. What's been coming in lately is very impressive. I have an idea that it's that bigger one trying to manipulate me, and at least I can recognize it. The problem is it's very, very good. It is very good to the point of I agree with it on some things. I want to go in that direction. I'm glad I'm married to my wife, and I'm glad I'm open with her. I told her about all this, and she is keeping me on the positive side of things instead of letting me go down a dark path, because it is so convincing. I want to go down the dark path. It's a really dark path. And like I mentioned in that one, the dark side, what is it, SH24, 25, the dark side, it feels good. It feels right. You want to do it. And it's very good. It's very convincing. So even now, putting it out there, it is so convincing. I am balancing. I'm doing a balancing gap between the two right now because it's convincing. And I know that I don't think it's correct. I don't want to believe that it's correct. I really don't. In my hearts of hearts, I don't want to believe it's correct. It's hard because it is tempting, and it's very good at it. It's very, very good. And like I said, right now, I'm not disagreeing with it, and that's the problem. But my wife is keeping me on the positive side and keeping me on the tightrope, which is very good. So I'm still learning, but at least I can recognize it, and I'm not totally swayed. So that is what is happening right now. My senses are coming back. Honestly, I am really glad my senses were stunned the other night when those entities came in and that I could not feel them, because I don't know what would have happened, honestly, if I had my senses and I could have sensed them. So I think that universal consciousness maybe really was looking after me and stunned my senses, because if that had happened, both sides of that would have been so overwhelming. I really honestly don't know what would have happened. So I could not feel them. I could not sense them. I saw them with my regular eyes. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble a bit, but more information is coming in, but I've got to be really careful at this stage.